So the next position I want to focus on, or positions, are our central players. So our 8 and our 9, our midfielders. Our 6 is our defensive midfielder. Our 8 is our attacking or holding midfielder. And so if I were to define their space, I'm going to start with the 8. If I were to define the space of the 8, I would roughly draw a line or a box to box. Okay. The 8 is responsible for transitioning offensive and defensively up and back as needed. They are maintaining a central position, so within kind of the confines of the penalty areas. However, the penalty areas vary from field to field, so this could be too wide depending on the field. But there, when we say central player, we don't want the 8 necessarily out wide defending or necessarily making these runs, although there are certainly circumstances that they would, and I'll explain that in a minute. Mainly, their responsibility is to stay central, looking to get passes from our outside players back inside, okay, back outside, and so forth, okay? Now, there are certainly times when the 8 would get out of this area. I don't want to be so restrictive that they can't, make wide runs. Of course, there's opportunities. In this case, the ball may be played to the 9. The 8 may make this run, and the 9 might shift over, play up to the 8. That's absolutely an appropriate play and allows for that creativity and flow. But defensively and most of the time offensively, the 8's going to be this central player looking to receive and distribute the ball centrally. So the other central player, our defensive midfielder, has similar area but is responsible for staying back more. And so I would stop the line right about here. We want our 6 to be an offensive option for sure. As we move the ball up the field, okay, we might play the ball into our 7 here. Okay, and our 6 is going to be an offensive option. Okay, we want the 6 to be an offensive option, possibly for a negative ball where they may shoot from the top of the box. What we don't want is the 6 coming up deep into the box necessarily. We want the 9, the 11, the 8 possibly, and the 6 would stay the top of the box or slightly in to look for those scoring opportunities. So the defined space is just slightly less than maybe the 8 would be, who might be making a run inside the box. The primary role or first responsibility of the 6 is to play a defensive position, pressure the ball and central, but also look for those attacking runs up the field. Same is true of the 6, though. They can certainly come out of that zone and potentially make a run or be negative. I don't want them to be so constrained that they just hanging back all the time. There's certainly a time where they are an attacking player.